Another video. Before we get started here, cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe always black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe it was black or invested. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe it was black or invested.
Yeah, boy, that Indigo, it gets me hype every single time, y'all. What's going on, y'all? Let me share screen. Boom, 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 boom. Get my West Side gun going, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. What's up going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a happy Wednesday. Tokenized treasuries for this coin. More proof of a down September and layer 2's. Are they a ruse? You see what I did there? A little wordplay for you right there. Let's see who we got in the chat. Honda K24, what is going on? Market so trash. And as always, guys, of course, we will have questions at the end. Heavy Productions, what's up? Nerd Up Inc. Marv, Frequent Watcher, what's going on? Happy that you guys are here. Let's get into it. So, let's see where we want to start here. Let's start with the tokenized treasuries, okay? Couple great coins that we like around here. As soon as this loads, taking a little while. Excuse me. Tokenized US treasuries arrive to XDC network as digital bond market grows. The market for tokenized US treasuries has grown nearly sixfold to 6,022 million, or excuse me, oh my God, 622 million this year as real world assets on blockchains keep expanding. So, very cool. We've been over before how XDC is all about trade finance, okay? Now, Trade Tech, a platform on USDC, okay, is going to issue and represent shares in a US Treasury bond ETF, okay? Tokenization on real world assets such as government bonds could grow to 5 trillion, the market says. Tokenization. You guys know it's big. We've been over before how both BlackRock and JP Morgan want tokenization. And as we go down in the article here, we're going to see here that that's something that's going to be mentioned below. Okay, so this new offering comes as tokenization has become one of the hottest trends in the battered down digital asset industry. A Bank of America report says that tokenization of real world assets, creating blockchain based tokens of traditional finance assets such as government bonds or private equity, could transform the financial infrastructure, while Bernstein forecasted it could grow oh my God, I cannot read today, y'all. I'm so sorry. While Bernstein forecast it could grow a 5 trillion market in next to 5 years. Okay. As we go down here. Oh man, that just stuck. Did not mean to go that far down. Have to be patient with myself, y'all, because my mousing is not the best. Okay, so XDC joins a fierce competition between blockchains to be the premier venue for tokenized assets. Stellar and Ethereum are leading markets for tokenized treasuries, but other networks are also making headway with real world asset adoption. JP Morgan again, remember that, executed trades with tokenized versions of Japanese yen and Singapore dollar using the Polygon Matic network, while Securitized issued equity tokens of a real estate investment trust on the Avalanche blockchain. So huge tokens, huge platforms to mention here. Before I go on and give my piece about that, let me see who else is in the chat here. What's up, Janet Hayes? Okay, let's get back into it here. And again, if you guys have, I see your comment there, Honda K24, just makes me laugh. Don't feel bad, bro. Don't feel bad, bro. You're gonna be feeling like a king come 2024. So unless you did futures, then I don't know what to say, bro. But if you bought Bitcoin and you went long that way, you'll be fine in 2024, bro. But let's continue on here. So I think this is really cool because it's mentioning coins in this area. You know, I've kind of been really high on these ISO 20022 coins. And again, you see these guys are stalwarts for tokenization. XDC, Stellar, you can throw ETH in there. We know how ETH and JP Morgan are kind of at the hip, right, buddies, right? Because Consensus is the money man behind Ethereum. They're the coders of Ethereum, and JP Morgan indirectly funds Consensus. Okay, so very cool here. You can see this whole new financial system is kind of getting in place, and it's very interesting, of course, that they executed trades with the Japanese yen, Singapore dollar, kind of getting into that whole BRICS area of the world, right? Japanese is more Japan than China, but you know it's still in that area when you talk about things like Singapore, you know, and Japan, right? Polygon, you know, is kind of a side chain of Ethereum anyway, so it's still Ethereum connected here. And Avalanche is consistently one of the highest DeFi platforms. And when you think about tokenization, where that's going to happen most is DeFi, because once you do the tokenization, you can now do things like lending. You can now do things like staking, all the different type of DeFi operations on those tokens. Okay, so that's why that's very important. So you want to look at something. If we go here and look at chains, you want to look at something like an Avalanche that is in the top 10 of DeFi. Of course, Ethereum is number one because, you know, that's kind of where it started. And shout out to the father of DeFi, Reggie Middleton. You know, shout out to Reggie. Hope, you know, he eventually gets compensated for what's going on there. But yeah, you can see Ethereum, and here we go. Avalanche is coming in at number 7 with over a $500 million in there. Okay. But as you can see, like the top like 4 projects have something to do with Ethereum, and Arbitrum, Polygon, and Optimism. So crazy right there, right? And then you have Solana, which is kind of also really kind of connected to Ethereum as well. And Base, again, Ethereum connection built on Optimism. All these different layer 2s. But yeah, so got to mention DeFi because that's going to be essential to tokenization. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What's up? Mainly music. Alliance for Supermoon, Saturn behind it. 936 Eastern. 936 Eastern too. There's no consequence, or I'm sure it's a coincidence that it's those three numbers too, right? Um, I'm going to have a conspiracy in crypto episode coming up about the power of six. Be on the lookout for that because it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's going to be a very nuts episode. The power of six. You guys are going to be, your minds are going to be blown just listening to that episode. And of course, the patrons, they'll get the video of the episode. But I cannot wait to put that episode together, y'all. I really cannot wait. But yeah, keep those comments coming. We're gonna get to those at the end here. Now let's go back here. Now, more proof of a September swoon. Check out the episode yesterday. We went over a couple things that we showed, like that might give information to a September swoon. But here's a third point for that September swoon. So we're going to go right back over here to the DeFi. Okay. And what we're going to look at is it's taking a little while here. Sorry for the dead time. Okay, maybe I need to just click DeFi Llama. Maybe that'll take me back. There we go. So what you can see here is, as far as DeFi goes, which is a pretty good tracker of price, like it's DeFi and Bitcoin. They're pretty good trackers of price. Since like June, we've slowly crept down to here in August, where you're at the 36 to 37 range here. Another kind of 3 and 6, right? But so you can see here where we're down on DeFi values. That just shows we're probably headed for a lower price. Okay. And if we look at the Bitcoin value here, again, towards the full moons, we had a little bump up in price. It's just crazy how that always kind of works out. But now that we had that bump, that quick little bump, looks like we're heading back down. Okay. And check out yesterday's show. I went more over the chart, but you can see here kind of we're after that little bump we had yesterday, like the like $2,000 bump we had. We're heading a little bit more down from that. So you can see here, if we go, I'm not going to cover it completely like I did yesterday, but just want to point out one thing here. So, oh God, sorry. A little frustrated there. So you can see here, it did bounce off that GAN fan. So that seems to be a resistance that it's not passing. So chances are it's probably going to head lower. So do with that what you may, but seems like we have some lower prices coming in September here. Okay. So let's cover this third thing here, layer 2's or ruse. Okay. I just got to sitting and thinking, right? A lot of these layer 2's are based off of optimism, right? And it's almost like the gas card principle, right? They're converting our Ethereum and they get to hold on to our Ethereum for what? Like, in many cases, like Base, you're not getting a coin. You're just giving them Ethereum right now. You're hoping to later get, an airdrop, but now they have your stuff to use as collateral, right? And we just went over here and saw how many layer 2s were already on Ethereum. Like, what is base going to do? Like, what is base going to do? And you can see already it's in the top 11. What is base going to do that Optimism and Arbitrum haven't already done, or Polygon hasn't already done, right? And here Andreessen Horowitz is also doing their own layer 2 as well. So basically, it seems like they're just grabbing code. Like, maybe they do something, maybe they don't, right? But now that 200 mil, like, sure, some of it might have already been on Coinbase, but maybe not all of it was in, Ethereum, which now Coinbase gets to hold, right? So for me, it's like, maybe it's just better to keep my Ethereum, you know what I mean, instead of converting it. And then how long did Starknet hold on to people's Ethereum? Like, let me see if I can bring Starknet up. And shout out to Courtney Johnson. I think he just announced in our Telegram. By the way, shout out to the Telegram. If you want to take on the crypto world, not alone, and do it with some friends completely for free, you can join the Telegram. The link is in the description there. We got 700 or 700. Let's be cool if we have 700 members. That's fine. But we have 107 members right now and growing. I appreciate everyone there. Shout out to our moderator E. He does a good job. Everybody in here shares really great information. E just shared a couple of stocks, crypto related stocks in there. So hop in there if you want to see crypto related stocks he shared. And I'll look through the chat, and if people ask questions, occasionally I'll answer, or somebody else will answer. It's pretty cool chat, y'all. It's pretty cool chat. I really like it. So we're building that community. Feel free to be a part of it. And if you want to take a step up from there, you got the Patreon, where you can have weekly watch lists for less than a cup of coffee. So that's something also available to you guys. But yeah, check out the Telegram. I can see a couple people have already. Matt, very much appreciate it. Okay. So from there, yeah, but okay, yeah, now I know why I popped up the Telegram. Shout out to Courtney Johnson. He just said Starknet started their airdrop. If you interacted with Carmine Finance, you may be eligible for the airdrop. So yeah, so cool information. You get cool information just like that. Case in point. But yeah, how long did Starknet hold on to our Ethereum, right? Darn near 6 months, bro, right? You know what I mean? Like, for 6 months, they had virtually, on average, $20 million of Ethereum that they could use to do whatever they wanted with, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's just a better idea to just hold on to your Ethereum with some of these layer 2s. Like, and I'm not saying that to discourage you guys from getting in airdrops. I like to be diverse. You know what I mean? I like to be diverse. I like to go into a whole bunch of different coins. If you feel like hunting airdrops is the best thing for you, I just want you guys to consider, to ponder, hey, maybe they just want to hold on to our Ethereum, and maybe it'll be a better idea to hold on to your Ethereum. Just something to ponder, right? Not financial advice. I don't want to be anybody's financial advisor. Just something for you to ponder. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comments. And I'm going to head to the comments now and see what you guys think about that. Market's so trash. Well, that's one way to look at it, Honda K24. Another way to look at it is, hey, if I got some dry powder. If I got some cash coming up, I know that in September it possibly might drop a little lower. I can go get into my favorite coins at a discount because I know what's happening in 2024. I know what's happening in 2025. 2024, BlackRock is going to have their ETF, and that ETF is going to open up the floodgates for all these different hedge funds like Mark Yusko or Yusko. I'm not sure exactly how it's said. Sorry about that, Mark. Um, it's going to open up funds like his, Morgan Creek Financial, funds like Kathy Woods, ARK Invest, funds like BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard. Is going to open up for them to use other people's money and then get into Bitcoin, which means, hey man, which means 2024, we have a built-in catalyst. And it's not even required for retail to find out about it. It's just institutional money. Oh, it's just beautiful, right? And then 2025, which we've diagrammed on here before, January 1st, which is just another kind of esoteric number. We'll get into that when I go over the power of 6. We'll get into that a little bit. January 1st is kind of one of those numbers. We'll go over it. But January 1st, 2025, central banks will be able to put 2% of their reserves into crypto. Where do you think they're going to go first with that? Where do you think they're going to go first? My guess is they go for things like XDC, Stellar, Ethereum, Ripple, right? Which Ripple, come on. Which Ripple can be a platform for central banks to issue their CBDCs. So, of course, they want to have Ripple because that's going to be a settlement coin for all these CBDCs, right? We already went over before for you guys a actual gematria link to Bitcoin, gold, and the special drawing rights. The code that the IMF and the ISO organization uses for their money, all these codes relate gematria wise when they could have picked any 3 letters. They could have picked any 3 letters, but they chose to pick 3 letters that have gematria relations to them. You can't make this stuff up, bro. You can't make it up. Which leads us to think they believe that Bitcoin is like digital gold. So much so that they figured that junk out and related them. And if you want to kind of see that in action, I can show that to you guys really quickly. It's just another little thing to think about, right? Just another thing to kind of put in your cap, like, okay, why did they do that? Why did they relate those like that? So do they really think they must think it's gold? And there's another, there's other reasons you can connect Bitcoin to gold. The whole orange color, right? The whole Saturnian thing. I know we got into that a little bit, but so let's see. So if you didn't know, Bitcoin already has a 3-letter IMF, International Monetary Foundation or Fund, whatever, how they call themselves, fund, International Monetary Fund, which, by the way, you can see that kind of logo. We'll get into that logo one day too. It's crazy that that's the logo, but anyway, International Monetary Fund, they already have a designation, an ISO designation for Bitcoin. So what does that tell you? It's not just some play thing that doesn't have any value. The people that are in control of the money already have a 3-letter code for it. I mean, so what does that tell you? When people are like, "Oh, we don't think," what if people decide not to use Bitcoin? The people in charge already have a code for it, and that's XBT. Okay, we're gonna put that right there. There's another one. They have a code for gold, XAU. Coincidentally, if you look up gold in the periodic table, it's AU. So it kind of makes sense that it's XAU is the code. But that's just another little coinky thing, right? That's another just coincidence, right? Um, but we'll just add that to the list. And then we got XDR, which is what we just looked up there. XDR is like this code. They kind of use this internally. They have like XDR like notes or whatever that they only use between central banks. That's like the money they use for themselves. Um, so what we're going to notice here, 46, 46, 46, 10, 10. And if you add up 1 and 9, what'd you get? 10, 35, 35, 17, 17. They could have picked any letters, right? Any letters, but this, right? Like you don't even need to understand gematria and just notice that that's awfully odd. That's awfully coincidental, right? But yeah, let's go out for questions. Blue moon, have you heard? Yes, blue moon today. That's right. I think mainly music just got through talking about that. What is up, Heavy Productions? What's up, Janet Hayes? What is up, fam? I like Arbitrum a lot. Crypto in Focus. He's in the Telegram. 11 minutes for the supermoon with Saturn behind it. Very interesting, guys. There is a Bitcoin connection to Saturn, right? That's why you brought that up mainly. Nice stuff. I didn't peep it at first. The Bitcoin connection to Saturn here is, of course, it's like really complicated, guys, but it's going to get a little bit into the woo-woo. But the more and more you understand about crypto, you understand they are into the woo-woo. They just are, okay? Bitcoin has a Saturnian connection because Saturn is also Kronos, the god of time. Money is intrinsically linked with time, in that, think about your salary, right? You pay 1 hour of your life to get, say, $20 an hour, $35 an hour, or whatever, right? So money is intrinsically linked with time. Check out my conspiracy and crypto episode, Money is Sacrifice. Check that episode out. But yeah, you can see here, Bitcoin's maximum supply is 21 BTC, 21 million. That's a Saturnian number. And I believe if we go put Saturn in the Gematria calculator, we will get 21. There we go. 21 right there. So very interesting stuff to really think about, guys. So clearly these guys, you can see just with the numbers, these dudes are operating on a higher level. Like there's clearly something else going on there, right? And the more you kind of understand this, the more you understand cryptocurrency, the more you understand the market, the more you understand cycles, and the more you're calm about what happens in the market. because you understand, okay, Bitcoin's not going up forever. The market has cycles. It might be trending up, but hermetic principles. It's gonna it's gonna have its ups and downs in that uptrend. Okay. And when certain articles come out, it won't make you panic because you understand, you begin to understand the cycles of life. Summer, winter, spring, fall, day, night. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to shock you that there's the night and day and that there's 4 seasons, right? Just like what we have here with Bitcoin. We have a known cycle, the halving cycle. And every halving cycle, we kind of have 2 years of bullishness, about 1 to 1.5 years of bearishness, going back into that bullishness every 4 years of a halving cycle. So very, very cool stuff to understand. And honestly, that's why I kind of get into it, because it makes me a better investor, right? Makes me a tons better investor, understanding those principles. And honestly, it gets into stuff, even legal stuff, right? Guys, tokenization is not new. Essentially, if you get a business, you're essentially tokenizing with that business, right? It's a separate legal entity. So tokenization, you could apply that to business. If you have an LLC, that's a different token. If you have a corporation, that's a different token. That token is not you. It's like a separate entity. So understand, and that's there's just so much involved in that, but we'll leave it. We'll leave that conversation for a Rokfin day. Okay. How is Sol connected to ETH? It always seems that like people mention, oh, we're an ETH company, but we connect to Sol too. I don't know why that is, but it just is. And if we think about Sam Bankman-Fried and all the stuff he had going on, he was very high into Solana because he can manipulate it and he had some connection there, but he also liked the ETH stuff as well. So there's some little connection there with those guys, and they seem to be in with the in crowd, because otherwise, how do you get a T-Mobile, right, connection? T-Mobile is one of those companies that is in with the Ethereum crowd, in with the ISO 20022 crowd, as I show you, as I bring up Hedera and the people who govern the Hedera token. By the way, Hedera is going to have a coin release tomorrow, right? Shout out to E for this news. So you can see Hedera has been on a downturn for the last couple of days. So maybe you might want to pick up some Hedera tomorrow if you're looking on big. Excuse me, I still can't talk today. If you're looking on building your Hedera bags. So if we just go take a look at Hedera here, we can already see kind of evidence of that drop, right? So nice little spot to DCA into Hedera. You heard it here on the show. Make sure you smash up those likes for sure and suggest the show to people. We'd love to grow the show here. What do you like about it, Crypto and Focus? Seems like lots of dilution to come and some trashy projects on it, like BTC. But I guess even ETH got some trash projects too. There's a lot to like about our Arbitrum. But it seems like at the moment, optimism may have passed it up with all the connections to base and all of this stuff, right? But we were just over here, right? Sorry, it's kind of moving slowly again. As far as chains with total value locked, Arbitrum is one of the only ones, one of four, with over $1 billion total value locked in its DeFi. So there's that. You can't, like, it's hard to argue with that. So Arbitrum. But very, very correctly, there is a lot of diluted market cap where they can dilute on you. That's a gift and a curse in that they're going to kind of pump it. This is like the same thing they did with Solana, right? They pumped it and dumped, right? Arbitrum and Optimism are definitely ones that they have the ability to do that with. If we look at here, we see a fully diluted market cap, right? So that's 9.3 billion. Okay, a whole bunch of 9s, 3s, and 6s this episode. So you can see market cap right now is 12 billion. So, excuse me, 1.2 billion. So 9.3 billion here, 1.2 billion here. So that's like they could dilute to the tune of like 7. So they got seven times more, like they could dilute based on the price. So if you're looking at this fully diluted market cap, this would be the price if all the tokens were bought at this price, right? So they have over 7 times the total market cap right now that they could dump tokens. So yeah, expecting what we're expecting in September, that the price of Bitcoin is gonna go down even more. Even though Arbitrum is at an all-time low right now, it's probably going to go lower, expecting what we're going to expect in September. And then at that point, that might be a time where you want to buy, because this is one that they're going to pump up because they have more room to dump more tokens. Let's just look at an example, by the way. So let's look at Solana. We know they did that with Solana, right? So let's kind of look and see if we can get a basis based off of Solana's price history. So you can see Solana's market cap, 8.4 billion, and it's at 11.5 billion fully diluted market cap. So they still got a little bit more money they can dump, even though, they pumped this so hard, right? They still have a little bit more money they can dump. But I'm sorry, that's not funny, but it's a good learning tool. So you can see here, they, after going over like what, $14 in that last bull run. So they never got it. This rocketed up, really. It never, after like what, 90 something cents, rocketed up. This is really good look, right? Rocketed up all the way to 200 something dollars. All the way down to 12, like 8. It was at 8 at some point in here. Okay, yeah, we got it here. So it's like January. So let's look at the total supply, and it gives us kind of an idea of what may be able to happen. Solana's supply is vastly less than Arbitrum's, but maybe we could see something like Arbitrum go to like $10, maybe, right? Or $15. We would just have to match up a coin's supply that is similar in an area that's similar. Let's just go ahead and let me see if I can go back to Arbitrum, and I'll find some coin that might be supply wise similar, and that's kind of where we can expect its price heights to possibly go. Again, not financial advice. We're just talking. We're just talking. Arbitrum. Okay, as I remember, I think the supply again was like 10 billion, right? Something like that. Okay, yeah, 10 billion. Coins that are close to 10 billion, I believe Cosmos might be. No, not Cosmos. Algorand. Let me look up Cosmos. I'm pretty sure that's not even close. But Algorand and the Graph are. Yeah, Cosmos, not even close. So would it be possible to see $3 Arbitrum? Probably. But let's just see it drop a little bit lower because we do expect the market to drop a little bit here in September. So, yep, Algorand max supply 10 billion. And in the last bull market, this was as high. I don't know what they keep doing with these charts, man, but this was as high as $3 in the last bull market. So that's something we could probably expect from Arbitrum. Once it gets down to its low, it's already under $1 right now, but once it gets down to its low, we could probably get like at least a 3x there. So that's something to look at. What do you okay, we got that one. HBAR unlock token. I think the unlock may have already happened. I know it said September 1st, but do we mean September 1st in like Europe time? Because Europe time has already happened. Let me see. I think he gave the time on here. September 1st. So feel free to look that up, guys, if you want to. Maybe it already happened, depending on what timing that was. I know there's a site where you can look up token unlocks. I can't remember it off the top of my head. If somebody remembers it, maybe we'll go check it. But yeah. It hasn't really pumped yet, and it has cool Ponzi's and Honda Ponzi's. Never mind. Tomorrow at 8. Okay. Nobody dilutes like Jasmine, still shorting that shill. Actually, Jasmine has some really good stuff. Shout out to my guy Max at My Crypto Talk Now. Really go check out his channel. He talks a lot of Jasmine stuff. So I really don't touch it that much because I know that's something that he does. And I encourage people to go over to other good creators channels. So yeah, definitely go check that Max at My Crypto Talk Now out. He's done so much extensive research on Jasmine. It really does seem like something that that Japan really wants to use as far as their Internet of Things goes. So yeah, I'm actually kind of high on Jasmine. Binance is the one who kind of played around with them this time, and it's pretty funny that they did too because Binance is launching a Binance Japan, and Jasmine is a Japanese coin. So pretty interesting that they were playing around with that. And maybe you already know that, Honda, but I'm just saying that for other people so they're aware. But yeah, mass accumulation time feels a lot of these people must want to take investors ETH and then dump and put it into BTC. It seems like that, bro. But you know what? ETH's going to have its own place. It's definitely going to have its own place. Um, I wouldn't be surprised that ETH has its own 4-letter code too. I haven't looked that up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ether like had its own 4-letter code for the IMF. Let me see if we could find that really quickly. IMF and ISO 3-letter code for ETH. I wonder if we can find that. And that'd be a real big tip off. I mean, it's involved with JP Morgan, so I'm sure it does have its own 3-letter code. Okay, I'm probably not gonna find it like right off the bat. Here. Maybe I need to say for Ethereum. If this doesn't do it, I'll have to look for that another day and get back to you on that. Okay. Regulating crypto, IMF. Maybe it'll show a couple. Do. Okay. Of course they're not. Okay, let's see. IMF. Let me just try one more time. IMF ISO, and let me do Bitcoin's code, and maybe they'll show Ethereum code. Okay, and let's see here. Standards and codes. What is BXC? Okay, so there's the one that shows you this is Bitcoin's code, even though the first couple shows that it's Australia's. They just try to throw you off so much, boy. Let's see here. All right, and if this doesn't show it, then for real this time. Okay, so yeah, I have to find that on another date. Cancel. Not trying to leave that site. 108 members in a minute. Thank you for signing up, Honda. Saw that. Appreciate you. A dude rugged me on a L2 meme coin and tweeted out, "I stole your ETH." I was sick. Oh man. 109. Yep, that's a great number. That 19. The Ouroboros, the beginning and the end, the yin and the yang, if you will. 1-9. A lot of numbers reduced to 1-9. People like Pythagoras, I think it was Pythagoras, thinks that there's the only numbers in the world are 1 through 9, really, because 10 now, if you reduce it, is 1, and you just continue that cycle over and over again. Like the number 18, 1 plus 8 would reduce down to 9, and so on. But yeah, really good number for that. 109. Love it. Crypto and focus, zero shame in these guys. I respect it. Teachable moment. What's up, Nitish? Crypto and focus, I got scammed $400 last year. Fake NFT airdrop. Man, who hasn't been scammed once or twice before, right? It's just terrible, man. I got scammed one time. There was this NFT site. It looked exactly like the original. And I gave them like $40 of my money. I was so sad about that. When I found out it was a fake, it's like, dang, right? That's why I always suggest if you, I don't deal with the NFTs that much anymore. I think that's just a distraction from the actual coins. For the most part, I do think eventually there will be a metaverse, and that metaverse will kick off a lot of different things. For the most part, I think the NFTs are a distraction from the ISO 20022 coins and Bitcoin and the Ethereum. I think that's what NFTs are. But if you are going to buy an NFT, just try to make sure you go on Twitter and you find the official site and you collaborate the official site. And you make sure that all the followers are following it. Like, yeah, got to be very careful out here for scams. Excuse me. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, let me put it this way. There's so many scams. It's almost as if it's supported. You know what I mean? It's almost if it's supported. Like I wouldn't be shocked if certain peoples or certain like entities, governmental entities, possibly supported these scams. I would not be surprised. Oops, I went back a little bit. Okay, there we go. Feels like people must want to. Okay. Oh, I went back too far. Okay, there we go. What's up, Crypt Work? How you doing? Little name change, KW1. What's up, Shook Focus? Yeah, a lot of 401k running through those platforms. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And that's when the big bucks come in. Like, like what is it? Coming to America. Like first you'll do the shakes, then you'll do fries, and then that's when the big bucks come in. Shout out to Louis Anderson. Our RIP to Louis Anderson. But yeah, 401k is that real diamond hands money. It's how Vanguard and BlackRock can just really almost have infinite flows of funds because all of our 401ks are just money that's just going to sit there and they can use as collateral, just like they use our straw man, but that's another conversation. Those X coins, the rebuilding, yep. The great financial reset, that's what it is, y'all. And we're going to be a part of it. It's almost just like the dot-com bubble. If you could invest in Tesla or Microsoft or IBM. I know a lot of people said the same thing kind of about computers, like they're the devil, they're the this and all of that, and they weren't wrong. But wouldn't you have wanted to invest in Microsoft back then? Wouldn't you have wanted to invest in HP back then? Wouldn't you have wanted to invest in companies like that? Well, now we have our chance with crypto. If you're gonna believe that whole, like, if people are gonna be out here and believe the whole, oh, it's not regulated thing and let that prevent you and stir you off, look at who all of these companies are related to. Look at who all of these companies have on their boards and who are governing them. Regulated companies, companies that are traded on the NASDAQ, IBM, amongst others, like T-Mobile. That's why I brought this up, for the T-Mobile connection. And then how T-Mobile phones or Solana phones are going to use the T-Mobile network, right? So get in early. Get in early. We're still very, very early. I heard Caspa is silver in Arabic. I do not know my Arabic that well, or an Aramaic. I don't know Aramaic at all, but I don't know Arab. I know a little smidgen of Arabic. I wouldn't doubt that. But silver also, I believe, is silver K on the periodic table. Again, and that's going to get into my whole the power of 6 video. But let's look up silver table. Caspa is that K, the way it is the K in Semitic languages, in Hebrew. Silver periodic table. But yeah, see, it's like these people know what's going on, bro. They know what's going on. They're referencing Phoenician languages. Phoenician, quiet as it's kept. Check out a channel called Old World Florida, right? Phoenician is Hebrew, guys. Phoenician is Hebrew. And if you look at Phoenician, it's not too far off from English. It really isn't. Okay. So no. So but let's look at that K, the way Casper has it. Where is it? Phoenician. Hold on. I'll just go to some of my notes. I'm not finished with these notes, but you guys are gonna get to see like kind of like some of the notes here. Just want to kind of show you this because it's important. It's important to understand that these guys, they're referencing old school stuff that like it's how they kind of conjured up money in the first place. Let's see here. So you know how Caspa draws that kind of backwards K? That's K in Phoenician. And Phoenician is basically Old Hebrew, if you will. Let's see. I think I have a link here to the Phoenician language. There we go. Phoenician alphabet. We're gonna get into. I'm gonna have a whole episode on this stuff, y'all. Okay, you can kind of see it there. Okay, there it is. That backwards K. So I think call it, is it Kappa? Let me see if they to the Greek language. Greek, Phoenician, Hebrew, it's kind of really all the same a lot. Which in English. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted to come to. See it? That cuff, cuff, palm of the hand, and that's we got. I cannot wait until I do this episode. Phoenician, and you see it backwards, just like. And here you go, Semitic languages. So again, Aramaic, right? Just what you were talking about there. Like all of these languages are basically like the same, really. Aramaic, Phoenician, Hebrew, and if you go look at these letters, a lot of this Phoenician alphabet, it looks it's not too far off from our own. But that's I'm gonna get into that with the Power of Six episode there. But just to give y'all a taste of that. So you see, crypto and focus was done right there. That K is the Aramaic. So when we're talking Aramaic, we're talking Phoenician, we're talking Greek, like same thing. And quiet as it's kept, that's what the Native Americans actually spoke here. They actually kind of spoke Hebrew. Check out Old World Florida's channel. Check out my guy Karimu Ahau. Check out their channels. They do really excellent research. And these guys, like they're like Old World Florida is like an Irish guy. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, and Karimu, I think he's Costa Rican. So it's like it's a whole bunch of different nationalities of people saying, hey, these natives are speaking in the Hebrew language, because I know some people might be like, you're spouting that crazy Kanye stuff. Kanye wasn't wrong, bro. He wasn't wrong. He really wasn't wrong. And if you look into it, it's really, really eye-opening. I know, like, hearing it come from Kanye, it's like, that boy already off his rocker, but he really wasn't wrong. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Made it to live. Hey, what's up, Enzo Harter? Appreciate you coming through. What do you think about Dream Machine Token as a gaming play? Okay, I've not heard of that one before. Let's see if we can take a quick look. And this is kind of we can get into like a little process you guys can use for looking at tokens. Dream Machine. DMT, right? That's a great ticker, DMT. It's a great ticker. Did I get it? Dream Team? No, Dream Machine. Okay, I'm not finding it. Probably need to go to CoinGecko or Masari. DMT gets into a whole lot of stuff. Some say when you look in the Bible and you hear that like the Israelites traveled around for 40 days and 40 nights, and then they found this manna. They found this manna on the ground. That manna was actually magic mushrooms, and magic mushrooms are filled with DMT or DHT. I'm probably mixing my acronyms here, but yeah, that kind of. I think I'm mixing my acronyms. I think it's DHT. Might be DMT. I don't know. Somebody tell me what magic mushrooms are filled with, because I'm getting a little confused. I'm trying to keep my energy, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get through this because I love my guys. So let me keep the energy up. Okay, so here's a good process you can follow if you want to go look at tokens. Um, I like to go on Twitter and see, okay, how many followers do they have? And what's a good thing you can do is you can compare it to other tokens. Like, of course, if you're comparing it to Ethereum or Cardano, that's like, oh my God, they have a huge list of followers, right? But then go like a step below that. Like, go look at the graph. How many followers does the graph have? How many followers does Animoca Games have? Like, keep stepping it down and like, okay, how many followers does Veracity have? Okay, like, is it close to that at all? Excuse me. And that's something you can do. And develop a list of people that you like to follow in crypto. Like for instance, I like to follow Crypto Talk Now. So stuff that Max is looking at, like I'm like, okay, I know Max does his research. I know so I'm more willing to look at stuff that Max is looking at than say Rand Nooner, crypto um, crypto banner. I'm gonna look at Max's stuff. Shots fired, by the way, on crypto banter there. I'm gonna look at Max's stuff before I'm looking at anything that that guy's looking at. Or yeah, that's Max right there. There's Larry of My Crypto Talk Now. So I'm gonna look at his stuff before I look at anything anyone else is looking at. I'm gonna look at Tokenizer. He does some of the greatest research on Twitter. A very, very good follow. He follows me. Very, very nice and kind of him to follow me. He's been on the show. Yeah, he does some of the greatest Twitter research. Like, follow this guy. I promise you, you won't regret that. Um, Definitely follow this guy. Look at some of the things he's looking at. Look at his research. It's top notch. So if I see some people like that following something, then it's done a lot of the work for me, right? It's done a lot of the work because we all have busy lives, right? Find as many shortcuts as you can to, make research less hard on you, right? Shout out to the Telegram, right? That's a shortcut. You can come on here and ask people questions. You can come on here and look at the news that people share, right? Um, as many shortcuts as you can. When you have a community, you can lean on that community. So part of that community for me is those guys. So again, so looking at followers, I know, okay, um, who's following it. This guy, by the way, Sherlock Hoddles, he does some of the greatest funny tweets, by the way. And he kindly followed me back because I really like his tweets. But as far as like crypto people go, not too many, not too many. Um, yeah, not too many here. But that's okay. I This company is a huge company, actually. Sanko, I think they do a lot of those like pop toys. So this might be one we just want to put on our list and maybe grab a little bit because I think is Sanko publicly traded? Um, I don't know. I have to look that up and see if they're publicly traded. Fable game publisher Sanko. I've heard of these guys before. I can swear I've heard of this company before. Um, but yeah, this might be like a nice little sleeper one if you want to look for gaming type of stuff. Um, at this point, for me, my portfolio is mostly the ISO ones, but I do have metaverse ones, and I have different sectors. Of course, the patrons know all the sectors I'm invested in, and there's tons of videos on my channel. If you come over here, www darkhorsewatcher.com or YouTube at Black Rue, and you can see some of the things that I like. You'll see LCX there. You'll see, I believe I still have up, but I probably need to take it down. Best sectors of 2022 or 2021 to invest in. So if you're looking at sectors that might be a great idea to invest in, you might want to check out those videos. Yeah, just come on over and check out the playlists. And you can get an idea of what my portfolio looks like. And of course, if you have the Patreon, you'll see what I'm looking at every week. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this guy. Again, remember that I'm thinking, not financial advice, September is going to have a down point at some point. So maybe in reference to coins like this, you might want to wait until the September thing happens. But let's see where this coin has been. Oh wow, it's pretty expensive coin. Only been around since May. But I think if this is the Sanko I'm thinking of, it's a really big company. So people might say, okay, I'm willing to drop a little bit because I know this company. So it seems like you can Camelot, Trader Joe. They have a Trader Joe for Arbitrum? I didn't realize Trader Joe had branched out to Arbitrum. I think Trader Joe is Avalanche DeFi platform. And then we have MXC here. So yeah, this will be something I watch. I need to write this down because I no longer have my CoinGetCap up where I have my watch lists. So I will have to write this down. EMT token, Dream Machine. Can always watch stuff. Don't necessarily have to invest, but you can watch it and possibly get into it, right? Okay, so to the next one here. So this is the time for the Hedera token token unlock. Thanks for that. Mainly appreciate it, homie. So mark your calendars there, guys. 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Probably get some low Algorand if you're trying to build your Algorand portfolio. My lady associated projects are the only strong NFTs. Okay. Chick Focus laughing at something over here. I see you can tell it's me. Oh yeah, for your logo. If you had a different logo, it might have been a little bit spotty. Or been a little spotty. Did we ever talk about Solana's Helium mobile coin? We did not, but I did take a look at that. I saw that Helium has done some things where they split, and they said they were going to do this. They split and have an IoT coin, and they have a mobile coin, and then they have the Helium coin. So IoT would be the one that you get when you when you have the Helium miners, you no longer get helium, get IoT for mining. Which kind of sucks a little bit. Max supply is infinite, so it would be nice if they say what the current supply is, though. So infinite basically probably means that it's inflationary. Like technically, Doge's supply is infinite because it's inflationary, but it does have a supply current moment. I don't know why they're not putting that. I think Doge they increased by like 5 billion or something like that, 5 billion coins each year. So technically, coins like that are inflationary, you kind of got to be on the lookout for that. Like Casper technically is inflationary, or it is inflationary. So technically, it's an infinite supply as well. But I don't think that's something too much to be worried about because the supply of Casper right now is sitting at like 10-ish billion or something like that. But it is something to think about when you're thinking, okay, am I gonna hold on to Casper or am I gonna buy Bitcoin? Like, you know what I mean? You have to weigh those type of things. I personally hold both. I believe in Bitcoin, I believe in Casper. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so it seems like this one, on the other hand, Helium Mobile has a limited coin supply. It is 230 billion, which is pretty large. Put that in comparison, AMP token by the Winklevoss, like the Winklevi are connected to it. It's the Flexa network, Gemini. It is 100 billion, and so is XRP. XRP is 100 billion. I'm not sure if it's inflationary or not. I don't think it is. I think there's only supposed to be that many. But yeah, this is a lot of tokens. But imagining that the Helium network actually makes use of these and makes it into something, and you're actually using Helium Mobile tokens to purchase things on the Helium network, because the Helium network is going to eventually replace T-Mobile for Solana's network for its phone. So this might just be something, if you want to just start accumulating at whatever price, that might not be a bad idea. Now, again, this is just understand what that means. If you're going to get into that means you're expecting the Helium network to go off without a hitch. They're going to take over for T-Mobile. People are going to continue buying miners and expanding their network. So this is a really, really long haul play. If you're going to take this on, just really understand that, guys. But in the end, it could be something really good. But just understand, there's low volume here. That whole network has to make it into fruition. So this is a really, 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 really long, old school, like long term hold. Okay. So just keep that in mind. I think it could be a good investment, but just understand you're going to be holding for a long time, because that network has to come. Everything has to get into place for that network. So just understand that. But again, it has 0.000, like it has like 3 zeros behind it. So like right now, making a small investment is not really going to hurt you too much. But just realize, don't expect some really, really quick turnaround. Um, Seems like you can only buy it on Jupiter and Orca. So, do you know about plugin on the XDC network? I do not. Welcome, strategy.com. Let's look. Not sure what happened there. Please let me know if this is the correct plugin, and it's not some random that is just called plugin. And of course, once I go and look at the description, it should say if it's an XDC project, and it should also say in the chains as well. Okay, there we go. So this should be the right one. Okay, max. Let's look at the max. Okay. Okay, got in at the tail end of last bull run at 72 cents. Since July, it's gone from about 2 cents all the way to 13 to settle down here at 7. Seems interesting. Thanks for sharing this. Really seems interesting just by the price right there. Not knowing what it does yet, but seems interesting just in price flow. Excuse me. Now, if I can just find an about. I'm not used to using this site, so let me go over here and go to CoinMarketCap. So I want to see the about, and I want to see the Twitter and all of that. And I don't know how to readily find it on CoinGecko. Okay. Come on, come on. There we go. About. This is a decentralized Oracle platform that provides cost-effective solutions to any smart contract, which runs on XDC. So they're having their own Oracle. That's pretty interesting. Plugin enables the smart contract to connect to the real world, the real-time world, and the data that it receives. This is interesting. So this is going to be their Oracle. This is extremely interesting. Another play like that is if you look for Cardano, I believe it's called Charlie 3 or something like that. Charlie 3. So it's interesting. It seems like these companies that are like this kind of want their own oracles, and they don't want Chainlink to do it. They want to have their own kind of oracles instead. So that's extremely interesting. So Charlie 3 is one of those Cardano. No, why can't I? Where is the about in this B? Um, Like I would expect it to be right here, but that's okay. So this is highly interesting. Um, let's go to Twitter and see what's up here. Also, IOTEX too. Okay. Supply only 500 million. Pretty interesting. Where is the website stuff? Oh, this bothers me so much. Okay, there we go. Boom. Finally. Also want to look at its Twitter. Again, this is a good practice. Looking at a new token. I always want to look at its price history. You can see here, at least one of the things, like right off the bat, you can see with the price history is that it did go bullish, like towards the last end of the bull run. So that's good. And it's already seeing some activity heading into this next bull market. So that's all good news, good things to see. So at the very least, even if we bought now and it went down some, you would expect it to go up in the next bull run, right? So BitTrue, whole bunch of XDC people. Wait a minute, wrong thing. Sorry. That's where I wanted to go. Followers that I follow. Okay. Sorry about that. Crypto does he follows really nice stuff. Wade Teamer, DHN Crypto, he's a pretty good guy. I watch his content from time to time. Blockchain Monkeys. Pranil. Okay, yeah, this is pretty interesting. I might have to. I'm definitely going to watch this. I might pick up some of this. Oracles are always, they're always needed, right? You can't have DeFi without them, right? Yeah, that's really something. Um, yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you sharing this with me. I might have to grab some of this tonight. um, let's already started. And where can you get some? And we can think that XDC, they're really not as concerned with DeFi, right? Their focus is going to be more trade finance. So a lot of their stuff is going to be like kind of private. A lot of their stuff is going to be private, but hey, still an Oracle, man, like oracles are very useful. Um, Case in point to get data in and out of a blockchain. So very cool. I might just buy this. If we go over here and plug in, I think you can buy it on XSwap, which is their DeFi platform. I think I saw that because I don't think that I have access to any of those other other things. So yeah, try. Yeah, you might want to just hop on the XSwap and get it. Yeah, right here, XSwap. So you might want to just hop on there and get it because I don't know about Hit BTC, Probit Go Global, or BitTrue. I don't know if those are available in the US. I think BitTrue is, but you could just hop on XSwap and trade, get it there. So awesome. Thanks for sharing that, bro. I really appreciate it. Earthman, what's up, Earthman? I know you comment on a lot of my videos, bro. I appreciate that. That helps people see them. I really, really appreciate that, bro. Oh, thanks, Crypto and Focus. Appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I like XSwap too. I got some XSwap. XSwap is one of the ones I did suggest to the patrons. I think XSwap token is like XTT or something like that. Don't quote me on that, guys. But let me see. I think it's XTT. Yep, XSwap Treasure. US can use Probit Global. Okay. XSP. Okay. PLI. So the one we were just looking at, GBEX and XSwap, bullish. Okay. All of those I will have to check out as well. Let me write those down. At least the GBEX, and we just checked out the other one. And XSwap, of course, is the XTT token I just showed you guys. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. A community that shares information. Gotta love it, guys. Gotta love it. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for that crypt work. Appreciate you. And again, thanks again for sharing that information. Strategy.com. Feel free to join the Telegram, man, if you're not our man or woman, or however you choose to identify. Please feel free on joining the Telegram. Thanks so much, guys. Really nice episode today. Really nice interaction in the chat. I really, really love it. You guys make this fun. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We will be back on Saturday at 9:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, on the Gentleman Crypto and on my channel. Peace, guys. Have a good night. You'll find me lurking around Telegram. Have a good one, guys.